right, ladies and gentlemen, San Antonio, welcome to Fight Week here in the Alamo City. It is Pitbull versus Roach that comes your way this Saturday from the Frost Bank Center here in San Antonio, home of the San Antonio Spurs. It is going to be a dynamic night of action. PBC pay-per-view on Prime Video, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific time for those here in the Texas area. Tickets are still available. They are going quickly at Ticketmaster.com. We have one of the deepest cards of the year from top to bottom. Let's welcome one of the fighters that'll be participating and leading off the pay-per-view. This man with a record of 23 wins, 19 victories, coming by way of knockout against one defeat. 24 years of age, who has scored 3 consecutive stoppage victories, including 2 wins already here in 2025. Joining us from Casa Grande, Arizona, ladies and gentlemen, San Antonio, make some noise for Jesus Mono Ramos. Give it up for Jesus Ramos, ladies and gentlemen. All right, we are here with Jesus Ramos before he works out. Jesus, Fight Week here in San Antonio. You see the fanfare. The fans are passionate. They're energetic. What does it mean for you to be fighting here in the Alamo City?
It means a lot, man. You know, I'm happy. You know, I know Texas is a big boxing state. You can see here with the support. So thank you guys. I appreciate you guys for coming out. I'm excited to be here and to put on the show.
Now let's talk about your opponent, Shane Mosley Jr. He's somebody that is obviously very well accomplished. He's on a run, but how much are you looking to derail his momentum?
That's what I'm here for, man. You know, I'm here to make a statement, and I'm here to put on a good fight for the show, for the fans as well. You know, make a good show, and thank you guys for the support.
How are you feeling during Fight Week? You know, as we go ahead and we, you know, being a part of Fight Weeks are very important, and there's something special about it. You've been a part of some memorable Fight Weeks, but this one in particular.
No, this is it's a big moment. You know, I feel really mature. I'm embracing everything. Like I said, I'm blessed to be here, blessed to have a big fan base, especially here in Texas. It's my first time, so I'm just enjoying it, man. I'm enjoying the process, and I can't wait for Saturday night.
Just judging by your demeanor and your family's demeanor, you almost seem like it's like a second home from you. You know, you're from Arizona, very proud of where you're from, but being here in Texas, it seems like this is a second home.
San Antonio welcomed me with open hands, you know, and I'm happy to be here. Like I said, it's my first time here and my first time fighting as well, so I'm just excited to put on a show for them. And thank you guys. Thank you guys for all the support and all the love.
All right, now during your workout, you know, give us a preview. What are we going to see? I mean, some things that you're working on, not giving away your game plan, but what are you going to be working on during the course of your workout?
You know, you'll see Saturday night. You know, it'll be an explosive show. I wanna show different wrinkles to my game, and I'm excited for all of that. You guys will see all that Saturday night.
How good is it to be able to get one more fight in? You are 2-0 this year, and looking to continue that and end your 2025 with a bang.
Man, I love it. You know, I love staying active. I love being able to put on a show. And like I said, just fighting more often, you know. And hopefully, you know, next year I can fight 3 to 4 times as well. That's the plan.
So you're thinking 4 times next year?
Yeah. You know, I feel like my last fight was in March, so I could have squeezed one more in there, you know, and get 4 fights in.
All right, now this fight is for the interim WBC middleweight championship of the world. You win this fight, you're a world champion. That's been the goal since day one, but have you thought about what that could mean to you?
Oh, it means a lot, man. You know, I've thought about that this whole camp. You know, it's been a motivation to me, and I'm looking to fulfill my dreams Saturday night.
All right, San Antonio, give it up for Jesus Ramos. It's a workout for all of you here, his entire family as well. Great to see Jesus Ramos. Get your camera phones out and get a load of this. It is Jesus Ramos taking on Shane Mosley Jr. this upcoming Saturday. It begins the pay-per-view at 8 Eastern, 7 local time, Frost Bank Center. Jesus Ramos working out here in San Antonio. Antonio, give it up for Jesus Ramos.
I just want to thank everybody for being here. A toda mi raza mexicana, muchas gracias. Se siente todo el apoyo, muchas gracias. Nos vemos el sábado. Vamos a dar un buen espectáculo. Muchas gracias por todo el apoyo.
All right, Jesus Ramos, let me talk to your dad as well. Let me bring Pops in. If I could have a couple words with your father. We'll look over here at the camera. Mr. Ramos, you've been training your son since the very beginning. Now that he's literally going everywhere. He's fought in Las Vegas, obviously fought in Arizona, but now fighting here in San Antonio in Texas. What does this mean for your entire family?
It means a lot, man. It's I feel like San Antonio has more like the fans, the boxing fans in here. So it means a lot for him to give him a good show too. It's not any fight. It's a big fight for him.
Well, you talk about the boxing fans here in San Antonio in the Alamo City. They've seen some great fights over the course of recent memory, dating back, over 32 years ago when Julio Cesar Chavez fought the great Pernell Sweet Pea Whitaker. But when you feel the energy from the fans, what does that mean to you and also Jesus, obviously?
It means a lot, man. This is what we work for. And seeing all this, it means a lot to us. And we thank everybody for being here and for supporting my son.
When I see videos of Jesus training, I'm watching this physical maturation. I feel like he's getting bigger, stronger, faster. Is that something that you absolutely agree with?
Yes. We try to work on different stuff for every fight. Try to be better in everything we do. Technique, and like you say, strong too. He looks stronger now.
When you guys started this journey, did you ever think that you would be in the corner of your son and in an opposing corner or on the opposing side, you're going to have Shane Mosley Jr. I'm not saying he's training his son, but he's going to be there supporting his son. Did you ever think you were going to match wits against Hall of Famers?
That's crazy, man. We used to watch Shane Mosley fight. And now I told my son this, it was like maybe 1998, 1995 when I used to watch Shane Mosley fight. And now, if they would have told me then that my son and his son was going to fight on this, eventually, I wouldn't believe it. But it's crazy, man. Anything can happen.
Well, what is going to happen? What do you expect to happen on Saturday when your son goes head-to-head against Shane Mosley Jr.?
We're expecting a knockout.
All right. Knockout?
Yes, sir.
Hey, San Antonio, you guys like that? A knockout? They're saying they're going to get a knockout? This crowd loves that prediction.
He's never been knocked down, but that's the plan,
All right, we appreciate it, Mr. Ramos. Give it up for the father of Jesus Ramos, ladies and gentlemen. The Ramos family, it's great to have them here in San Antonio. And I know you guys love knockouts. I think the rest of the world does as well. We'll see if that actually comes to fruition. And Jesus Ramos, he has 3 consecutive wins by knockout. That would be significant if he can make it 4 straight. And also, it would punch his ticket to being the interim WBC middleweight champion of the world, as that'll begin the pay-per-view at 8 Eastern, 5 local time, or 5 Pacific time, 7 o'clock local time here, as the pay-per-view, you do not want to miss it. Also, at 4:30 local time, we get going with our PBC prelims that are free regardless of Prime membership subscription, so you can access them for our national audience, 5:30 Eastern, 2:30 local time. That is 4:30 here in San Antonio. Atop the bill on that one with our prelims is Frank Martin matching up against Francis Barthelemy, the 2-division world champion. Also want to thank our fine sponsors as Pitbull versus Roach which is an incredible main event that is being presented by Thomas J. Henry, Built to Win. Also want to thank our sponsor, DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours, and also the pay-per-view. All right, let's welcome our next fighter, ladies and gentlemen. This man gets the opportunity of a lifetime, as called up during the final week, as with the record of 36 wins, 4 losses, 33 wins coming by way of knockout. A native of Venezuela, now fighting out of Las Vegas. Most recently beat former unified champion Jarrett Hurd back in March. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Johan Gonzalez. We're going to have a couple words before he starts working out. Martin, if you could tell him, he looks like he's ready to fight right now. Don't throw any punches my way. I'm not getting paid to do that. Let's look over here at the camera with Johan Gonzalez. Martin Batter, our translator. We'll go back. Thank you very much, Kelly, for that. As we're going to have a word with Johan Gonzalez. Johan, an opportunity of a lifetime called within the past couple of days. You're fighting at Erislandy Lara. Your thoughts on this massive opportunity?
Johan, esta es la oportunidad de tu vida. Tenés una gran chance de enfrentarte a Erislandy Lara. ¿Cómo te sentís en esta semana que es tan clave para vos?
Bueno, primeramente gracias a Dios y la llamada de esta pelea, que todavía estoy sorprendido, pero súper agradecido con Dios y la empresa, y voy a darlo todo porque es una oportunidad que no se presenta todos los días.
I'm honestly really pleased, but also surprised about what transpired during this week. But I'm here and I'm here to win. I'm here to shock the world.
How much momentum? I mean, you are obviously a hard hitter. You defeated Jarrett Hurd, former unified champion, back in March. What did that win do for your career and your confidence coming into this fight against Lara?
Bueno, no sos ningún desconocido. Ya le ganaste a Hurd en marzo. ¿Qué hizo esta victoria para vos y para tu carrera de cara a lo que va a ser otra pelea significativa ahora contra Lara?
Bueno, gracias a Dios, después de una derrota, seguí entrenando, constancia y disciplina, y aproveché la oportunidad que me dieron con Jarrett Hurd y voy por esta misma oportunidad contra Lara.
Look, before the fight against Jarrett Hurd, I trained, I stayed disciplined, and I got the win. This is no different. My training, my fundamentals, and my eagerness to be the best is going to be what makes the difference.
San Antonio is an amazing fight city. It is clear that they love their boxing. What does it mean to be able to fight here in the Alamo City in front of these amazing fans?
San Antonio tiene unos aficionados tremendos. Latinoamérica está bien presente. ¿Qué significa para vos el pelear frente a todos estos fanáticos tan espectaculares?
Bueno, como te dije, aprovechar la oportunidad y sé que no lo voy a defraudar. Vengo a darlo todo porque esta oportunidad no se presenta todos los días.
Look, I'm not going to let anybody down because I came here to give my all and I'm going to put on a show for everybody. I'm not about to let anybody down, and I can't emphasize that enough.
To become world champion on Saturday, what does that mean to Johan Gonzalez?
¿Qué significaría salir campeón mundial para Johan González este sábado?
Bueno, Dios primero. No sé, estoy emocionado todavía con la noticia de que voy a pelear título.
Well, I don't even know what that's going to feel like. I'm barely, just coming down to earth about the excitement of fighting this Saturday. I guess we'll find out on Saturday night.
Not giving away his game plan, but during his workout, what are some things that we're going to see from him as he works out for the public and those watching around the world on the PBC YouTube page?
Sin develar tu estrategia, obviamente, pero contanos algunas cositas que vamos a poder ver de vos este sábado por la noche.
Bueno, gracias a Dios volví a mi mismo estilo, lanzar golpe, defensa, no quedarme parado y como todo boxeador, con ganas de ganar.
You're going to see me be dynamic, throwing punches. I'm not going to be standing around. I'm going to be using the whole ring, and then, like I said, I'm going to put on a show, and I want the fans to enjoy every single moment of the fight.
Well, this crowd enjoys knockouts. Is that something you're thinking could be in your future?
Sorry, could you repeat?
This crowd loves knockouts. Does he think he has the power to knock out Lara?
¿Sentís que lo puedes noquear a Lara?
Vengo preparado, como te dije, toda la oportunidad y vengo a buscar la victoria como sea.
Look, I'm ready to do anything, and I'm going to look for the win, whichever way it comes.
All right, give it up for Johan Gonzalez. Going to work out for all of you here in San Antonio. The hard-hitting Venezuelan, 33 knockouts on his resume. Focused and ready to go, has a massive opportunity. And that just goes to show you, he's literally a microcosm for life because he was ready, he's in shape, and he got this opportunity. And lo and behold, he is here now fighting on this loaded night of boxing. One of the deepest cards of the year, Johan Gonzalez taking on Erislandy Lara on Saturday night here in San Antonio. And also thank you to Martine Boxer, our outstanding translator. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Johan Gonzalez. All right, Johan, ready to go. He'll do all of his work inside the ring against Erislandy Lara. That for the WBA Middleweight Championship of the World. Johan Gonzalez joining us. Thank you very much to Johan for working out. Also, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you here in San Antonio and running down the rest of the week, tomorrow on the BBC YouTube page, it'll be the press conference that'll be taking place as you will hear from the fighters for the final time, and looking forward to hearing what the fighters have to say for one more opportunity. And that'll be Pitbull Cruz, Lamont Roach, the entire card, along with our prelims. That'll be on the BBC YouTube page. For those of you in attendance here and locally around here in San Antonio in the Texas area, the weigh-in will be on Friday at the Frost Bank Center. And for those around the world, it'll be on the BBC YouTube page as well. Along with Fight Night, that'll begin just after 2 o'clock. Tickets are available at Ticketmaster.com with our prelim portion starting on Prime Video at 5:30 Eastern, 2:30 Pacific time, and that is free regardless of Prime membership subscription. The pay-per-view begins at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific time, 7 o'clock here in San Antonio. 4 incredible fights coming your way. Jesus Ramos Jr. and Shane Mosley Jr. matching up for the interim WBC Middleweight Championship of the World. Also, you heard from Johan Gonzalez, who will go head-to-head against Erislandy Lara. And now we want to bring up the man that is looking to become a world champion. His record, 22 wins, 12 of those coming by way of knockout against 4 defeats. He has won 5 in a row, looking to make it 6 straight W's. Most recently defeated former 2-time middleweight champion Daniel Jacobs back in July of 2024. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Shane Mosley Jr. I like the t-shirt as well. Very nice Guns N' Roses t-shirt. He's got some style. Shane Mosley Jr. Shane, great to see you. Look over here at the camera. Shane, it's fight week here in San Antonio. I mean, you look in incredible shape, but how excited are you to be fighting here in the Alamo City?
I mean, this is what we fight for, right? Fight for championships, fight for great venues, fight for great fans. This is why you do it. So I'm excited, living the dream.
Well, you're living the dream, and you could make your dream become a reality and become a world champion on Saturday. For you, with everything that you've done throughout the course of your career, what would that mean to you?
It would mean everything. I would make the people that back me proud. So my family, my friends, everybody that's believed in me, I'd make them proud, and that means a lot.
Have you thought about this journey, this wave of momentum that you're on? I mean, because it's just, you get better with every single fight. 5 wins in a row. I mentioned about the win over Jacobs, and now another big test ahead of you in Jesus Ramos.
Yeah, absolutely. It would mean a lot, and I got a great fighter in front of me. I mean, we're talking a world-class fighter. I mean, I would say that he's undefeated right now, and I get a chance to have my big moment with that.
Do you like being the first pay-per-view fight? Because it's, without question, I feel like you and Jesus want to steal the show on Saturday night.
Absolutely, and we get a chance to set the tone for what a great card. So I'm excited.
How much are you enjoying this process? Obviously, you were a child when you were there on the shoulders of your father's cornerman, but now it's fight weeks for Shane Mosley Jr., these big fight weeks, and they get bigger and better throughout the course of your career.
Yeah, it means a lot, and it means a lot to have my dad here for that moment. It's great.
All right, for the fans out here in San Antonio, what can they expect out of Shane Mosley Jr. on Saturday?
They can expect a great fight.
I can't wait. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Shane Mosley Jr. Gonna do some working out or say hello to all of you. Shane Mosley Jr. looking to extend his win streak to 6 on Saturday as he's there. His father, Shane Mosley Sr., the Hall of Famer. And watching his son, Shane Mosley Jr., work out for all of you and say hello and take some photos. Shane Mosley Jr. taking photos here in San Antonio, and gotta love to see Shane Mosley Jr., who is obviously very focused and ready for his showdown coming up on Saturday against Jesus Ramos. That'll begin the pay-per-view at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific time. That matchup for the interim WBC middleweight championship of the world. What a night of action. One of the deepest cards of the year, as it is brought to you by and promoted by TGB Promotions in association with MP Promotions, Pro Boxing Promotions, and Box Stars. Pitbull versus Roach is presented by Thomas J. Henry, Built to Win, and sponsored by DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours. For those that are not going to be at the Frost Bake Center here in San Antonio on Saturday, very easy to purchase the pay-per-view. You can do so via Prime Video or traditional cable and satellite outlets along with ppv.com. That is how you get yourself dialed up for this incredible night of boxing. Any one of these fights can no doubt be a main event anywhere in the world, and we get an incredible holiday treat of boxing with 4 incredible fights on the pay-per-view, along with 3 fights on our streaming prelims, including Frank Martin, who's been in there against the world's best, most notably Gervonta Davis. His square-off with Rances Barthélemy, the 2-division world champion. Plus, we will see Isaac Cruz putting his skills to the test. Isaac Cruz wants to go and tries to knock you out rather quickly. As we mentioned, the weigh-ins open to the public on Friday from the Frost Bank Center, and then a fight night. It begins early. Non-televised action starts just after 2 o'clock local time, and then our streaming fights on a Prime Video begin at 5:30 Eastern, 2:30 Pacific time. Our main event, no doubt, going to be, it could be the fight of the year with Isaac Pitbull Cruz. We always know that Isaac Cruz is very aggressive, comes forward, throws a lot of punches and bunches, tries to knock you out, has been very successful over the course of his career. He takes on Lamont Roach Jr., who went, what a battle that was that he had with Gervonta Davis. Both men fought tank, but Lamont Roach Jr., no doubt blossoming and continuing to grow as a prize fighter. It's great to see Lamont Roach and Isaac Cruz, both guys who are old school throwback fighters, matching up. And they're no doubt going to put on a show here in San Antonio on a Saturday night. It is PBC pay-per-view on Prime Video, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific time. And also make sure for exclusive behind-the-scenes access, you want to follow us at Premier Boxing and also subscribe to our YouTube channel. A couple of episodes of the Behind the Gloves episode where you can fully entrench yourself into training camp for these fighters. Nothing like seeing what these prize fighters are doing on a consistent basis to prepare themselves for what they have to do. So make sure to follow that and check out the Behind the Gloves episode on the PBC YouTube page. Gloves Off, beg your pardon. It is Gloves Off is the series that you want to check out. Gloves Off, I love how they really showcase the mentality and just unprecedented access. Gloves Off that you can check out right now on the PBC YouTube page along with our social media pages. It is something you do not want to miss. And also, ladies and gentlemen, we see that Erislandy Lara is still on the card, taking on Johan Gonzalez. And Johan Gonzalez coming off of a massive victory against Jarrett Hurd back in March. Jarrett Hurd, a former unified super welterweight champion of the world. Now Johan Gonzalez gets a massive opportunity to take on Erislandy Lara. Lara's going to have to deal with the change in opponent stylistically as well. How is he going to handle that? Plus, we have, I would say, these two guys are not necessarily fond of each other. O'Shaquie Foster, the WBC super featherweight champion of the world, defending his crown against Stephen Fulton from Philadelphia, a two-division world champion. Incidentally, O'Shaquie Foster defeated Ray Vargas here in San Antonio at the Alamo Dome back a few years ago in July, and now looking to have another repeat performance, but standing in his way is Stephen Fulton from Philadelphia. Stephen Fulton, a world champion at 118, a world champion. He just continues to grow and blossom and evolve as a prize fighter, two-division world champion, looking to become a three-division world champion and further his legacy and really just continue to show why he is a proud Philly fighter as our workouts continue here in the Alamo City. Great to be here as PBC has had many incredible events, especially at the Frostbank Center. Brian Castano, Jermel Charlo, #1, happened at the Frostbank Center. Also, we've had Gervonta Davis, Leo Santa Cruz at the Alamo Dome. That was in October of 2020. Ray Vargas, O'Shaquie Foster fought at the Alamo Dome. And San Antonio has been the home of some incredible fighters. The late, great Gennaro Hernandez fought here along with, Julio Cesar Chavez when he went head-to-head against Pernell Sweet Pete Whitaker. Jesse James Leija is from here in San Antonio, a world champion that created an incredible legacy in the 90s and in the early 2000s. Jesse James Leija fought anybody and everybody. Also, Mario Barrios, the reigning WBC welterweight champion of the world. He's from here in San Antonio. Mario Barrios had a draw with a great Manny Pacquiao back in July. Barrios still doing an amazing job and emblematic of being a proud world champion. Also, I like the fact that he is a Chicago Bears fan, that #1 in the NFC, by the way, but that's another topic for another day. But make sure, bear down, my friends. Anyways, speaking of down, we're going to see if anyone's going to go down on Saturday night. I expect some knockdowns or 2 or 3 with this loaded card. As we mentioned, Isach Pitbull Cruz squaring off against Lamont Roach Jr. That'll be in our main event. A huge fight for both men. Our co-main event, O'Shaquie Foster, Stephen Fulton. That they don't like each other. Bad blood between them. Also at Erislandy Lara, Johan Gonzalez. Johan Gonzalez has a lot of pop behind his punches. 33 knockouts on his resume. Erislandy Lara is really showcasing his power as he gets older. If it goes on 3, same time, and for a lot of the change in opponent, he was supposed to fight Janabek. Now enter Johan Gonzalez, who has everything to gain, and you would think nothing to lose. And speaking of not losing, Shane Mosley Jr. and Jesus Ramos, they don't want to lose. They are fighting for the interim WBC middleweight championship of the world. That win would make either man a world champion and also signify some major fights down the line. A huge matchup for both. Plus, On the prelim portion, what are we going to see out of the return of Frank Martin, who obviously wants to come back and make a statement? He gave a very good account of himself against Gervonta Davis the last time that we saw him back in June of 2024. What are we going to see out of Frank Martin as he takes on Rances Barthelemy, a two-division world champion? All of those questions will be answered this upcoming Saturday. It is PBC pay-per-view on Prime Video, and it is promoted by TGP Promotions in association with MP Promotions, Pro Boxing Promotions, and Box Stars. Pitbull versus Roach is presented by Thomas J. Henry, Built to Win, and sponsored by DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours. Very easy, and tickets are going quickly. Make sure to get them locally here at Ticketmaster.com. If you have family or friends anywhere in the country, anywhere in the world, they still got time. It is just Wednesday to get here to San Antonio. Make sure to tell them to jump on a plane, get in the car, get here to San Antonio. Frost Bank Center, Ticketmaster.com. And, hey, the holidays are upon us, and it's an early holiday gift. Treat your family and friends to this incredible night of action. Nothing like seeing Premier Boxing Champions action up close and personal, or if you want to do it in the comfort of your own home, you can purchase it on Prime Video or traditional cable, satellite, or ppv.com. That is how you do it. We are awaiting our next fighter that'll make their way inside the ring here in San Antonio. And I'm going to quickly turn around so we got the streaming audience here. But San Antonio, you're here to support Isach Pitbull Cruz? All right. What about Lamont Roach Jr.? Seems to be a road game for Lamont Roach. Also, ladies and gentlemen, if you love knockouts, let me hear you. Oh, I love it. I love that Chavez sweatshirt over here. My man's got it. He's got the huge gold boxing glove as well. The passion from the fight fans here in San Antonio. I love it. There is something about this city where we get incredible fights, and want to thank all of you. And it's only going to continue to build up more energy, more excitement, and you are the number one reason as we are bringing this incredible night of boxing. So thank you to all of you fans for coming out today. We look forward to seeing you on Friday and then Saturday at the fights. I'm telling you, get there early. We see Isach Pitbull Cruz. That's very nice as well. This gentleman, hopefully you can get that signed later. I see some guys that have championship belts, replica championship belts. Gotta love it. It is passion from the fight fans here in San Antonio. We are awaiting our next fighter. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome one half of our main event of the evening as we bring up a man who is obviously very well accomplished. 25 wins, 1 loss, 2 draws, 10 victories coming by way of knockout. He is the reigning WBA super featherweight champion of the world, proudly representing Washington, D.C., won his world title back in November of 2023 with a clutch knockdown in the final round to defeat Hector Luis Garcia. Most recently challenged WBA lightweight world champion Gervonta Davis in one of the year's most memorable showdowns, going toe-to-toe. It ended in a much-discussed draw. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Lamont Roach Jr. All right, we're here with Lamont Roach Jr. Great to see you here for Fight Week. Lamont, finally here yet again. This is a very energetic and passionate fight city that is San Antonio. What's it like?
Man, San Antonio is great, man. I'm glad to be back, and I can't wait to put on a show for y'all Saturday night.
Now, I have seen you've been a very busy man. I saw you at the Commanders game sitting in the suite, getting love from the fans in Washington. What was that like before you departed and you jumped on the jet to get here to San Antonio to get that love from the hometown fans in Washington?
Man, it's great. It just fuels me to come out here, carry that weight of the city on my back, and come out here and perform like I'm supposed to.
Now, the media obligations, I've seen you on a variety of different massive platforms over the past several weeks, but what's that like now? Because you're a world champion, you're a pay-per-view headliner, but dealing with that along with the training.
It comes with the game. What can I say? I worked my way up here.
Now, the last time I think you fought here in San Antonio, you were not the headliner, but I know you and your father always knew that this was going to be the destination. Now that you are into it and you're through these fight weeks, how sweet does it feel?
It feels good. I'm reaping the benefits of my hard work, my labor, and I'm planning to control things from now on and continue to be headlining and continuing to be a big name in this sport.
So does that make you work harder in the gym and push you even that much more during training because you want to continue to go further and stay at this level?
For sure. Without that, I can't eat, and I got a mouth to feed as well. So that gives me all the motivation in the world.
How do you think, now your life has obviously changed over the last several years, you're world champion. We know what you've been able to do. But a win over Isach Cruz, how much would that continue to change your life?
It'll definitely continue to change my life, and I think it'll start by electrifying this crowd a little bit more. I heard when they announced my name, it was a little low. So so hopefully I'll get these guys excited.
Yeah, so you want to get some more love from the fans here in San Antonio?
Yeah, for sure. And I'm going to make my mark.
All right, Lamont, it's great seeing you. We'll let you work out here for the fans. Show some love, San Antonio, to Lamont Roach Jr.
Are there any boxers, any young boxers in the crowd? Any young boxers in the crowd? I'm going to choose one. You come out here. You come up here and work out with me. I'm a pick. Let me see. Anybody ever been to a national tournament? I'm gonna go right here. They keep pointing at him. He must be nice. Let's see what he got.
All right, let's bring him in. Lamont pointed to him. Yeah. Oh, and we'll also do one more. So pick one more. Lamont, I'll let you have the mic.
Take one more. I'll get her right there. Yeah, you can come up. Her right here.
All right, so Lamont pointed to you. Make sure to get in. You'll see our security. There we go. Let's turn over here towards the camera. What's your name, sir? Julian. All right. Julian, what does it mean to be working out with the champ, Lamont Roach Jr.?
I mean, it's cool. It's unexpected, but shit, I'm just proud to be up here. I'm glad to be up here. It's cool. It's great.
All right. We got Julian from right here in San Antonio.
Yes, sir. Representing Sunset Boxing. That's my father out there, my coach. Happy to be up here. Cool experience.
All right, we got Julian, who is here, and then who else do we have? Giselle. We got Julian and Giselle. Give it up for them. Working out with the champ, Lamont Roach Jr. And show some love to Julian and Giselle. Working out with Lamont Roach. Lamont, take it away. Show some love to Julian and Giselle, Lamont Roach Jr., San Antonio. Think we got some world champions, some future world champions. Julian and Giselle. Yeah, they're ready to go. Look at Giselle, she's fast. Look at her. San Antonio, let's hear it for Julian and Giselle and Lamont Roach Jr. Lamont, if we could turn over, and we got our cameraman over here and take a photo with Julian and Giselle. Oh, I gotta love this as Lamont Roach Jr. giving back to San Antonio. Julian and Giselle bringing them in the ring to work out for all of you. Can you imagine that? That's like being a young basketball player and having Wemby come up to you and saying, "You want to practice with me in the Spurs?" Are you kidding me? That's what you're getting out of Lamont Roach Jr. as he brought these young fighters in the ring. Oh, gotta love how much these fighters give back. And Julian and Giselle, we wish them a happy holiday. And love what he is telling the fighters and the youth of San Antonio. One more round of applause to Lamont Roach Jr. and Julian and Giselle. All right, Lamont, you don't have to tell us everything, but what did you tell those young fighters?
I just encourage them to do their best. To get to a point like this is just being yourself, being hardworking, trusting in your craft, trusting in your team, and making sure that you do your thing. Making sure that you do your thing, very confident.
Now, I know you got your dad here in the corner. What does it mean to have your dad and your entire team with you as they're going to step inside the ring?
Man, it means everything. I just wanted to let everybody know that this is my brother right here, Johan Roach, and this is my honorary little brother, Benjamin Johnson. And my first time fighting on a pay-per-view card was I really can't recall because I started off fighting on big cards when I first turned pro. But both of my brothers, they were the number one seeded fighters in the Olympic trials for the last Olympics, and they didn't get to necessarily fight on big cards as starting out like I did. So for them to fight on their first big card and I'm the headlining, it means everything, and I'm glad that I'm able to provide a platform for them.
You're definitely giving back. I feel like that is just in your nature. So I want to ask, what does it mean to be fighting on Lamont's undercard? Big opportunity here in San Antonio. I'm going to get in between you guys, but what's it like fighting on this massive undercard, worldwide television audience here, jam-packed Frost Bank Center here in San Antonio?
I mean, it's great. I'll be more excited for my brother because, he's headlining. He's getting the recognition that he's deserved for years now. So I'm just grateful to have such a great team around me.
Now, what's it like competing on the undercard of Lamont Roach Jr.? He obviously gives back, and I'm sure you're ready to put on a show, too.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I can't wait to show out, man. It's a dream come true, man. We all brothers showing out, man. December 6th, that's what we're going to do.
All right, give it up, ladies and gentlemen, for the entire Roach team. They're going to be busy. Hey, Pops, let's take a photo. And, hey, Pops, you're going to be busy on Saturday. It's going to be a long day for Lamont Roach Sr., as this is Team Roach. They have 3 fighters a part of Saturday night, including Lamont Roach Jr., who matches up against Isach Pitbull Cruz, the main event of PBC pay-per-view on Prime Video. Team Roach in the house. Good luck, and Lamont, we'll see you at the press conference tomorrow. Appreciate it. Lamont Roach Jr., ladies and gentlemen, the Reaper in the house here in San Antonio. I love the fact that Lamont brought up a couple of young fighters, and yeah, as soon as they got media obligations, but as soon as they're done, call them, tell them, and I'm sure they'll come around and say hello and, continue with Fight Week festivities. I love when fighters give back not only to the fans, but also those, the younger fighters, because it's about giving back, and I think it is fantastic because it is clear that Lamont Roach Jr., with everything he's accomplished, is not just worried about himself, but giving back to the younger fighters, those that are within his father's stable, and they get an opportunity to make that ring walk at the Frost Bank Center. And I'll tell you, San Antonio, I was there last night when you guys beat the Memphis Grizzlies, and I love that building. That is a beautiful arena, Frost Bank Center. I know they're probably going to build another one, but that's a beautiful arena, and it is going to be the home of PBC pay-per-view on Prime Video, and 3 members of Team Roach will be making that ring walk at the Frost Bank Center here in San Antonio. 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific time for the pay-per-view. You can purchase it on Prime Video or traditional cable or satellite providers, as well as ppv.com. Also want to thank our fine sponsors, as Pitbull versus Roach is brought to you by Thomas J. Hendry. That is built to win, along with sponsored by DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours. The event is promoted by TGB Promotions in association with MP Promotions, Pro Boxing Promotions, and Box Stars. And make sure to follow us on our social media pages at Premier Boxing and click follow, along with going on our YouTube page and subscribing and checking out the Gloves Off episode. All right, we continue with our workout here in the Alamo City. I've been mentioning the word throwback fighter, the phrase throwback fighter. This guy is a throwback fighter. His record, 23 wins, just 1 defeat, proudly representing West Philadelphia, PA. He is the reigning WBC featherweight world champion, looking to become a 3-division world champion and establish himself as one of the world's premier pound-for-pound fighters. Most recently earned his 126-pound world championship by defeating and his longtime rival, Brandon Figueroa, for a second time. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Philadelphia's best, Cool Boy Steph, Stephen Fulton Jr. He swagged out as always. Look at that, the Balenciaga pants. Good to see Cool Boy Steph. Good to see Stephen Fulton Jr. Cool Boy Steph will come over here. All right, Cool Boy Steph, you got some Cool Boy Steph merchandise to give away.
Yes.
All right, so San Antonio, make some noise if you want some Cool Boy Steph merchandise. But we need the loudest fans. You guys can't be weak here. Come on, make some noise, San Antonio. Energy's been unbelievable here. Cool Boy Steph throwing out some Cool Boy Steph merchandise. Make some noise, San Antonio. All right, he's going to give some more, but Steph, we can stand over here. It is fight week in San Antonio. You've been ready to fight for quite a while. Now that we're finally here, how excited are you for this?
I'm just ready to go now, you know. We put the work in, and now we go now, you know. We put the work in, and now we're here.
Is it good that finally, like with all the talk and everything that you've done, that you can get to business on Saturday?
Yeah, that's most importantly, first and foremost thing I'm trying to do is just become the first division, 3-division world champion from Philadelphia, but, you know, just stamp my legacy.
How would that mean to you?
It will mean a lot, you know, coming from the city that I'm coming from, and a lot of great fighters that came before me, and they haven't accomplished that. So to accomplish something like that would be amazing to me.
You come from a proud, rich, fighting city, as you pointed out, Philadelphia. But when you hear the roar from the fans here in San Antonio, when you feel their passion,
you know, in Texas. So, you know, I love the energy that they gave. I fought in Texas multiple times. I got knockouts multiple times that I've fought in Texas. So this will be my first time fighting in San Antonio. So may everybody show me some love when we go out there.
Well, Steph, I'll tell you, earlier today when I was talking with the crowd, one thing that they love is they love knockouts. And you mentioned that there's something special about when you fight in Texas, you get the knockout. Could we see a knockout on Saturday? right. Cool boy step in the house, ladies and gentlemen. A two-division world champion. Looking to become a three-division world champion from the proud fighting city of Philadelphia, PA. Look at him go. He's in a swagged out hoodie. Give it up for cool boy Steph. Stephen Fulton Jr. San Antonio. That cool boy Steph's ready to go right now. He wishes he could step inside the ring. Wishes fight night was on Wednesday instead of Saturday. Look at that, he goes over the top rope as well. Cool boy Steph, Stephen Fulton Jr. working out here in San Antonio. That is going to change as we continue. Not to say that they're necessarily unapproachable, but there is a bit of a more of a mean streak. They're more locked in, and they no doubt understand the opportunity that they have on one of the most jam-packed cards of the year. It all comes your way this Saturday, and it is promoted by TGB Promotions in association with MP Promotions, Pro Boxing Promotions, and BotStars. Pitbull versus Roach is presented by Thomas J. Henry, Built to Win. The entire night is sponsored by DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours. Very easy to be a part of it. All you have to do, Ticketmaster.com here in San Antonio as our first fight begins on a Saturday afternoon just after 2 o'clock, or around the world. Purchase it on Prime Video or traditional cable or satellite providers along with PPV.com, and you can watch it in the palm of your hand. All right, we are going to be talking with another fighter that'll be a part of this loaded night of action. A man who's going to have his hands full against a hard-hitting Venezuelan. All right, now we want to bring into the ring with a record of 31 wins, 3 losses, 3 draws, 19 wins coming by way of knockout. Cuban native fighting out of Las Vegas, former longtime super welterweight world champion, moved up to middleweight in 2021, and most recently stopped 2-division world champion Danny Garcia in September of 2024. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the reigning, defending WBA middleweight champion of the world, Erislandy, the American Dream Lara. Let's give it up for Erislandy Lara in the house. Team Lara. Erislandy Lara joining us. Erislandy, fight week is here, but a different opponent. Talk to us about the change in your adversary.
Bueno, acá tenés la pelea esta semana, pero de repente un oponente distinto. Contanos un poco cómo te sentís con este cambio tan repentino.
Nada, primero que todo me siento bien. El oponente es distinto, pero bueno, trabajamos duro en el gimnasio y nos enfocamos en la pelea contra aquel que no voy a decir el nombre, que ni se lo merece, y estamos de nuevo con el próximo sábado.
I'm just focused on the fight, regardless of who the opponent may be, because our preparation was really good. We trained really well. I'm not even going to mention his name because he doesn't deserve for me to mention his name. I'm glad that we're able to make this, and I'm excited to do so.
How important was it for you to just remain active? And obviously that was I'm sure it didn't make you feel good when you saw what happened with Chanabek, but just with all the work that you put in training camp, to stay active and take a fight on this card.
¿Qué tanto te sirvió el mantenerte activo, vigente, ya que ahora sin que Chanabek pueda pelear, lo cual debió haber sido algo amargo para vos, el decir, bueno, por lo menos estoy activo, me siento bien y no importa quién venga?
No, claro, que me siento, estoy contento con la decisión que se tomó. Me dieron una oportunidad de seguir con el campamento y hacer la pelea el 6 de diciembre. Creo que hay que seguir para adelante y olvidarse de Johnny, que Johnny no se merece mencionarle, es un pendejo.
Look, I was just moving forward, and I'm glad that PBC made me a part of this card on December 6th. It means a lot. And Janibek, like I said, he doesn't even deserve to be mentioned along these lines, because in the end, he's just an asshole.
Wow, so you are not necessarily too fond of your former opponent. What kind of show are you looking to put on tomorrow or on Saturday night here in San Antonio?
Contanos qué tipo de espectáculo esperas poder darle a la gente el sábado por la noche en San Antonio.
Bueno, eso siempre, yo siempre lo digo, ¿no? Vamos a esperar que empiece la pelea y esperar los primeros rounds, a ver cómo viene el oponente y ahí sacamos la conclusión.
Look, we're going to go out there to do our thing, and we're going to see what our opponent does in the first few rounds, and then draw our conclusions from there.
All right, let's give a round of applause to Erislandy Lara, ladies and gentlemen. He's going to work out for all of you here in San Antonio. Erislandy Lara, the American Dream himself, working out and going to display his talents a little bit. Erislandy Lara working out, ladies and gentlemen, here in San Antonio. He is the WBA middleweight champion of the world. He takes on Johan Gonzalez on a Saturday. Frost Bank Center here in San Antonio. We got Erislandy Lara working out here in San Antonio. Thank you very much to the American Dream. Erislandy Lara working out for all of you as he's going to take some photos. He's going to go ahead and meet with the media as well. Erislandy Lara, in outstanding physical shape coming into this huge matchup. And we continue with our workouts here in the Alamo City, as our main event is no doubt going to be a barn burner. Could very well be the fight of the year in 2025. Lamont Roach Jr., we know what he brings to the table on a consistent basis, a throwback old school fighter, fantastic technician that loves to be able to mix it up on the inside, and we know what his adversary, Isach Cruz, brings to the table. Very proud of being from Mexico and emblematic of what it means to be a Mexican prize fighter. And San Antonio is no stranger to being home and seeing great Mexican prize fighters display their talents. When you think of the names of Julio Cesar Chavez, when you think of the names of Julio Cesar Chavez, you think of when he fought Pernell Whitaker here, you think of Gennaro Hernandez, who was a Hall of Famer who fought here. When you think of Jesse James Leija, who fought here, and from San Antonio, when you think of just memorable nights in boxing, and we will continue to add to that rich boxing tradition this upcoming Saturday, December 6th, from the Frost Bank Center here in San Antonio. 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific time is how you get the pay-per-view. You can do so on Prime Video or traditional cable or satellite providers, as well as our friends at ppv.com. Along with Pitbull versus Roach is brought to you by Thomas J. Henry, Built to Win, sponsored by DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours. The event is promoted by TGB Promotions in association with MP Promotions, Pro Boxing Promotions, and Box Stars. And if you are here in San Antonio, make sure to get to the arena early as our off-TV prelims begin just after 2 o'clock. And you're going to see a lot of great talent on that card from top to bottom. And once we get to television, even that much more, as our prelim portion at 5:30 Eastern, 2:30 Pacific time, headlined by Frank Martin, matching up against Francis Bartholomew, the 2-division world champion. And in our pay-per-view opener, Jesus Ramos Jr. squares off against Shane Mosley Jr. for the interim WBC middleweight championship of the world. Then we'll transition to Erislandy Lara defending his WBA middleweight crown against the hard-hitting Venezuelan. That is going to be a tremendous matchup. Him and Gonzalez, no doubt, going to put on a show. And then our co-main event for the WBC Super Featherweight Championship of the world, we have O'Shaquie Foster defending his crown against Stephen Fulton Jr., trying to become a 3-division world champion. And in our main event, Isach Pitbull Cruz goes head-to-head against Lamont Roach Jr. That, our loaded night of boxing, compliments of Premier Boxing Champions. Great way to end 2025 as we head into 2026 with a bang. And we know that the fans, that all of you are ready to go. Now, before we bring in our final fighter for the afternoon, I want to ask you guys, are you here to support Lamont Roach Jr.? I hear more cheers. All right, what about if you're here to support Isach Pitbull Cruz? It's going to be a home game for Isach Pitbull Cruz. You would think you are Wemby and the San Antonio Spurs with that kind of home court advantage. And incidentally, they'll be matching up at the home of the Spurs, the Frost Bank Center. So just awaiting one more fighter that I'm sure is going to excite all of you. And this man is a come-forward, aggressive, very much an intense fighter, someone who brings and likes to throw punches in bunches. And ladies and gentlemen, this man is very locked in, and he is no doubt looking to put on a show. And this is a massive fight for both men. They obviously have incredible credentials with who they have fought and vanquished over the course of their careers. When it comes to Isach Cruz, he's defeated Rolly Romero. He beat him back with an 8th-round stoppage in March of 2024, coming off of a win over Angel Fierro in February, and Omar Salcido back in July. So this has been a very busy year for Isach Cruz. For Lamont Roach, we know about that draw that he had with Trevante Davis, and now he gets an opportunity to close out his year against Isach Cruz. So both men realize what is at stake in this matchup. It's high stakes. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome, with a record of 28 wins, 3 losses, 1 draw, 18 wins coming by way of knockout. He is the former WBA Super Lightweight World Champion, a rising Mexican superstar from Mexico City. Ladies and gentlemen, damas y caballeros, San Antonio presenting Isach Pitbull Cruz. Listen to the ovation for this man, Isach Cruz. Great to see the Pitbull himself. Isach, fight week is upon us. When you hear the roar from the fans here in San Antonio, how good does that feel?
¿Qué tan bien se siente el escuchar al público lo que te quiere y qué tan cerca estamos de la pelea, no?
Estamos muy contentos de ver todo el apoyo de la gente, muy contento. Y bueno, después de 5 años volvemos a reaparecer aquí una vez más y venimos muy bien preparados para darles un gran espectáculo y que ellos sean los ganadores.
It's been 5 years, San Antonio, and I'm so glad to be back here again. I'm here to put on a show for you, and I'm so happy to hear all of you supporting me, and I want to give that love back to you.
How big of a fight is this for him taking on Lamont Roach Jr.?
¿Qué tan importante es esta pelea para vos contra Lamont Roach Jr.?
Mucho, mucho, y venimos muy bien preparados física y mentalmente para dar una gran pelea y llevarnos la victoria a casa.
It's very important, and we're prepared both physically and mentally to take that win, bring it home.
Did he ever think that as he was progressing, he had a big moment here in San Antonio in October of 2020. He stopped Diego Magdaleno. That was a massive win for him that sort of ushered him into the public consciousness. 5 years later, now he's headlining here in San Antonio.
Bueno, hace 5 años tuviste una pelea cumbre contra Magdaleno. Fue lo que te propulsó a la conciencia pública, que digamos, ¿no? Ahora venís como el que encabeza toda la cartelera. ¿Cómo haces para analizar eso, como para canalizarlo y también estar concentrado en la pelea, no?
Sí, aquel pasado 31 de octubre de 2020 fue una pelea donde éramos los que abríamos el pago por evento y ahora lo estamos encabezando, y muchas gracias a Al Haymon, a PBC, a Amazon Prime Video por la confianza y bueno, a toda la gente que está haciendo lo imposible, y nosotros venimos muy bien preparados para que nuestra carrera sea un partaguas esta. Esta pelea y bueno,
2020 helped something to me in my career. We're ready to do it.
This crowd loves knockouts. Are you going to deliver another knockout to these fans here in San Antonio and around the world?
¿Le vas a regalar un knockout a la gente que va a estar viendo por televisión en el estadio? ¿Les prometes un knockout?
Les prometo una buena pelea y un round cálido y emocionante, y venimos por la victoria.
Well, I can promise you something, that it's going to be an exciting fight, round after round, and I'm going to get the win.
Ladies and gentlemen, San Antonio, show some love to Isach Pitbull Cruz, who's going to be working out for all of you. Isach Pitbull Cruz getting set for a showdown against Lamont Roach Jr. The main event, PBC pay-per-view on Prime Video here in the Alamo City. And Pitbull versus Roach is presented by Thomas J. Henry, built to win. And the event sponsored by DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours. San Antonio, let's hear it for Isach Pitbull Cruz. The Pitbull in the house here in San Antonio, focused and ready to go. That'll do it for our workout on our stream. Make sure to join us tomorrow on the PBC YouTube page, 2 Eastern, 11 Pacific time for the final press conference. Friday, the weigh-in at the Frost Bank Center, and Saturday fight night. It is PBC pay-per-view on Prime Video. Pitbull versus Roach. Fight week continues here in San Antonio. So long for now.
Las piernas ajustadas, los peines repletos para tumbarles bien los mocos. Y no se sabe si esta salimos con vida. En el desmadre anda bien pilas la malilla.
And to the fans, thank you very much for coming. We appreciate it. We'll see you on Friday at the weigh-in and Saturday on Fight Night. Thank you.